From football to the baseball diamond, we had a little nugget from MLB.com's Mark Bowman. Nathan Eovaldi is the Atlanta Braves at the top of the Atlanta Braves wish list. Now, this makes a little more sense because we learned a couple of days ago that Spencer Strider is not going to be ready for opening day. And if they know that 5 months away from opening day, it means that he's probably going to miss a little bit of time. When we were talking about a UCL injury, I know he went the internal brace route. That's a thing that can take up to 18 months. And they say 8 to 12 months with the internal brace route, but I'm assuming that he's going to miss a little bit time in this thing. You got Charlie Morton. We don't know about his decision to retire or not. Max Fried is obviously a free agent. Most people believe is going to be walking. All of a sudden, you got to round out this rotation. And Nathan Eovaldi is a horse in the postseason. He has been one of the better pitchers just throughout the regular season. He'd be a great upgrade over Charlie Morton. Kind of what Charlie, it reminds me a lot. Yeah, it reminds me a lot of Charlie Morton when we got Charlie Morton at first. This is kind of what that deal would be like. So something where they can get a 2, maybe 3-year deal in the $20 million range. I think that would be a great deal for the Atlanta Braves.
Yeah, I think the first thing you mentioned is the most important factor. And really anything the Braves do in terms of the rotation is the durability factor. Because Strider's not going to come back and be pumping 102 and striking out 12 per nine. All right, he's a freak. He's an alien. It is possible, but let's, maybe go on the cautious side that it probably won't happen. Chris Sale, first healthy season in a very long time, ends up getting hurt at the very end of the season. Ronaldo Lopez battled some stamina issues. Spencer Schwellenbach pitched more innings than he ever has in his entire life. He didn't get injured or anything like that, but, it is something to put in the back of your mind that, hey, let's get somebody who's an absolute workhorse. That's maybe why I think at least the Braves went hard after Aaron Nola. He's certainly not better than Max Fried in any aspect other than durability. I think that's the driving factor, and at least what it should be the driving factor and the Braves free agent decision as far as the rotation goes.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question that durability, for all those reasons that you just mentioned, is a concern. And you add on to the fact that each of the last 3 postseasons, the Braves have entered the postseason shorthanded. It was Chris Sale this year.
We've never been full.
It was Charlie Morton a year ago. It was Spencer Strider, and Max Fried was also battling a sickness. So they have not had any of their top horses, all of their top horses ready. So overkilling the rotation has been something they've been trying to do, and frankly, it's just been bad luck. I mean, Chris Sale's healthy the entire season. The final 2 weeks, he gets a weird little back injury.
Charlie Morton the year before, healthy all season,
and then he fractures his finger. Very usually, kind of just freak things. It's really
Max
been
Fried
bad luck.
Sick.
Yeah, but it's been an issue, and it's something that when you look at Ronaldo Lopez and the stamina issues that they had, those are real issues. Chris Sale's durability issues didn't just disappear because he finally had a healthy season. Spencer Schwellenbach, young arm, just coming off, as you said, the most innings he's ever pitched. And frankly, I hate to say it, but durability concerns for young pitchers are a real problem.
And the way he throws it,
are a real problem. And then you don't know about Spencer Strider. Now guys come off Tommy John and sometimes come back even better. And that very well could be the case for Spencer Strider. But to say he's unknown, it's obvious. Like, he is an unknown. You have absolutely no idea when he's going to be back. You have no idea what he's going to look like. Hell, we do not know. Guys have been studs in this organization at young ages and have disappeared off the face of the earth. Michael Soroka, Kyle Wright, Ian Anderson. We see it time and time again. God forbid, I hope that doesn't happen to Spencer Strider, because nobody loves Spencer Strider and pumping his gas more than I do. I pumped this guy up. I called him the best pitcher in baseball after just one season. I still believe he can be the best pitcher in baseball, but you just don't know what he's going to look like when he gets back. So getting another proven commodity, I feel like at this point, is almost a must.
It's a non-negotiable, honestly, and I don't even think it stops there if you really want to be, honest. And because, you get a guy like Nathan Eovaldi. What's the harm in bringing back a guy like Charlie Morton on a 1-year, $10 million deal? Are you really going to put all your eggs in the AJ Smith-Shawver, Herschel Waldrop basket, all the young guys? We have proven that we can develop talent, but again, hopes and prayers is not a strategy, and you're the Atlanta Braves. This isn't like World Series or bust. That didn't just end.
Yeah, and frankly, let's say everything goes well. Spencer Strider comes back. You bring back Charlie Morton. You get Nathan Eovaldi. Oh, you have 6 really good starters. Well, guess what? Ronaldo Lopez is a dominant reliever. You can move him back to the bullpen, where maybe, especially if stamina issues arise again, he's probably better suited for that. Charlie Morton is a guy that at $10-14 million wouldn't be a terrible guy, in my opinion, to try out in the bullpen. So there's ways that they could maneuver around this to make it work. And listen, having 6 healthy starters, especially with all the things that the Braves have gone through at the end of the year, would be a godsend. It would be a blessing. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if Alex Anthopoulos is interested in a guy like Nathan Eovaldi. I don't know if they'll get him, but someone like that, maybe a Walker Buehler is another guy. I know injuries are a big thing of him, but we love those high upside risks. They did it with Chris Sale. They've done it with Josh Donaldson. They do it time and time again. He'll probably be looking for a 1-year deal.
With starting pitchers, it's almost better to go the risky route because, as we've seen, the best in the business get hurt. You hand out a $300 million contract to Garrett Cole. It's like the only one I can really think of off the top of my head that like a team is like, yeah, we're happy with that deal.
If you are throwing 98 miles per hour, there is risk every time you touch the mound. And that's just something that we have found out year and year again. And guys, teams have spent millions on millions of dollars trying to figure out what the proper course of action. And the simple thing is nobody knows. Nobody knows if it's limiting innings. Nobody knows it's coming from velocity.
They just pull the arbitrary 100 innings.
Absolutely nobody knows. I mean, you can go through all these guys where they've pulled them limited to 100 innings, and then they come out in spring training next year and they boom, it's over. Steven Strasburg's a perfect example. They limited that guy's innings more than any pitcher in all of baseball, and the guy couldn't stop getting hurt. Maybe if they just let him go, you don't know what happens. The simple facts are absolutely nobody knows what causes this. So
there's no rhyme or reason.
And pitchers, it's almost a guarantee that at least one guy in each starting rotation, unless you just have great injury luck.
The Phillies have been
is going to go
about
down.
the luckiest in terms of rotation.
Yeah. And, Zach Wheeler is a guy who literally couldn't stop getting injured for the first half of his career. Goes to Philadelphia, it works out. So there's no rhyme or reason to it. It
on
is,
the other side of 30.
It is literally unpredictable. So having 3 guys, especially 2 in Ronaldo Lopez or Chris Sale, like you need another, at least another horse, maybe 2, as you mentioned. And I look for the Braves to do that this offseason.